Let's do page 26 in Creative Constructions with some basic drawing tools in a word processing document. This is the design that I want to reproduce, and I'm going to do it in good color with just some basic tools in a word processing document. Well, first of all, notice that most of this is squares, and as the squares are put together, they form stars and they form these other parallelograms over here. So I need a square, and the way to get a square is use the shape tool. Here's a square. By the way, let's put this thing so it fits the page. It is fitting the page. Let's make it a little smaller so it can, I can reproduce this thing. Now I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna put it right about there for now. All right, I want this thing turned just a little bit, and it turns out that the angle I need to turn it is 15 degrees. How do I know that? Well, I've done some experimentation, but in a dodecagon that is 360 degrees around, 15 degrees is half of 1/12, which is what I've got here. I've got it turned one part of the way around. All right, so that is going to look like that square right there, or that square right there. It's turned the same angle. Now, how do I get it turned the other way? Well, if that's the size square I want, then I'm going to copy and paste it. And I'm going to, it says, my documentation says that it's turned 15 degrees. I'm going to turn it minus 15 degrees. Now, I got to make it match up with that square, and it does, because my alignment tools kind of make it snap right in place. So then I select them both, and the way you select them both is to click on one, then hold down your shift key and click on the other one. And then I can group from a shortcut that's on my menu bar, or you should be able to group from the arrange menu. These are already grouped, so now it's asking me if I want to ungroup them. Or I don't have two things to select right now because they're grouped. It's one object, so I can't group one object, so that's why it's not available. All right, so that's my upper part. Well, how do I get that same figure over here? And the answer is to turn it 120 degrees. So I don't want to turn this one, I want to turn the next one. So copy and paste. I'm going to put it right on top there, and then I'm going to turn it 120 degrees, which is a third of the way around the circle. And look at that. It lines up. I may have to nudge it up and down just a smudge. Yeah. Now, go back to your original one, copy and paste it again, and turn it the other direction, 120 degrees. So that should give me the rest of that. All right, let us group these three together, group them, and now look what happens. This is terribly easy. Copy the whole thing, Command C, or if you're on a PC, it would be Control C, Control Copy, Control Paste. Then, see what I'm doing? I'm just going to move this thing around to where I want it. And my alignment guides are helping me do this. I think it's going to need a little bit of nudging. There we go. And then paste another one. And this one I'm going to put up here. Again, the alignment guides are helping me do this. Paste another one. This one goes down here. Paste another one. This one goes down here. I'm off the edges of my grid here. It will let me do that. Paste another one. That one needs a little bit of nudging. Yep, and paste another one. Oh, it put it right back in the original. There. Now, compare this with that over there. The only thing it doesn't have is the outline parts. Well, let's play with this just for just a minute. First of all, I'm going to select everything and group it, and then bring it down to size so it actually fits on the page. Yeah. And I can see the whole thing. Now it looks very much like that figure right there. How do we make it colorful? Well, let's ungroup it and I'm going to ungroup it right down to its individual squares, and that's still the square pairs. There's the individual squares. Now watch what happens here. Change the color fill to something fun. Let's do a gradient fill. Okay. That's okay. That's gray with black, or green with black. Let's change the second color to that one. Okay, green with that. That doesn't look very pretty. How about we change that second color to a blue? Did it change? It did not change. Let's change that second color to a blue. There we go. Well, that's a little better. It looks a little muddy still. Actually, it's this green up here that's the problem. Let's change it to a yellow. Hello. Change that one to a yellow. This is where... Oh, okay. It gets confused. Change that one to a yellow. There we go. Well, okay. So you can see you can play with this. Now, the other thing that you can do, and by the way, when I deselected it, that looks better. All right. Now, the other thing I can do is select just certain ones of these and make them just a color fill. One bright, happy color. That works. The other thing I can do is take off all the edges, which is sometimes kind of nice. Now I get this nice soft effect around it. That's pretty. Well, you can play with these now. And again, the select one, then Command A to select all, and then you can adjust the fill. I can put an image in there if I want to. I'll find something. I'm not going to do that this time. You can stick little faces in there, or that's kind of a cool graphic effect, is to stick somebody's face in there, or another image that's in the middle of this instead. It's pretty effective. So that's a lot of powerful graphic tools in one step. Experiment. Have fun.